Hey folks, welcome back to Dark Souls. We are here down in, well, I don't know what to call it because it hasn't had its name revealed yet. Hanging out with our fair lady and this dude, Angi, I don't know. So a couple things to address. I've had Dark Souls on the mind, like, ever since I recorded the last episode, which was last night for me. All the things that I did right, all the things that I did wrong. So some of you may have been screaming at me, because of me leveling my strength. I have it at 30, even though the scaling on the Gravelord's Sword makes strength gains kind of negligible. So I'm going to retroactively justify that choice by going the wrong way. Equipping the Bone Wheel Shield once I get out of Blighttown. The poison resist of the Spider Shield is still super useful, so I'm going to keep it on for the time being. But after that, I'm going to equip the Bone Wheel Shield, even though it is frankly inferior to the Crest Shield in every way. And that justifies the strength choice because it takes 30 strength to one-hand the Bone Wheel Shield. Anywho, kind of the reason that I was mildly upset at accidentally sitting at the bonfire back there is that we now have to trek all the way, through Quaelag's Arena and back to the bonfire and stuff, before we can get back out of Blighttown through the back path that we haven't done yet. So it's some walking. It's not too bad, but it is some walking. Anyway, we're going to move over here. I think I usually use a homeward bone, so I'm not totally familiar with going this way backwards. But it should work, Anyway. Oh, I'm not wearing the rusted iron ring. I was wondering, why is that happening? That's weird. Anyway, alcohol talk. This is actually the middle of the day, the next day after my previous recording session, so I am not drinking. I really was not getting very drunk at all, with those past two recordings. So other than the deliciousness of the apple cider, wasn't getting a whole lot out of it. Anyway, let's make this our checkpoint. And now we can head out of Blighttown the back way. Now that can take a while, or it can be very quick, depending on how much you stop and smell the roses, so to speak. There are some things worth picking up over here, and most of them are a pain in the butt. So that'll be fun. Anyway, this is sort of a water wheel kind of thing. I assume it was used for... I doubt it was an intentional elevator. I don't know. It's used for water wheel things. Hashtag just water wheel things. Alright, so let's see. That's not a way. There are a couple, little in and outs here on this path. And when I was less experienced at the game, I would take them and then be confused because it wasn't the way out. But now I know the way out so much that I often just forget to go the optional ways. Also, mosquito. Come on, mosquito. There we go. Alright, so I believe the correct way out of here is to take that ladder. Let's see, are there any more paths? There is a path. Here we go. Alright, this is an incredibly treacherous area, because the collision detection on... Oop. Hey. We still got a dart dude. and no real good way to get at him right now. So I'm just going to move on here. But collision detection on these roots or branches or whatever they are, not great. So it's very possible for you to just fall down, even though you didn't really do anything wrong. Alright, over here we've got... Ooh, a crimson set. I don't think that's a starting set. I don't think any of the classes start with that. But we will meet someone who wears a similar outfit eventually. What are the stats on it? What is it good at? Decent curse resist compared to other things. And better physical defense than this, obviously. But a lot of things are like that. If we're going into an area with a lot of curse, it might be useful. There's a sorcery I'll never use, because it's a sorcery. And I think that's all that's over here that I care about. So, now trying to get back on these branches. If I remember right, it's a lot harder to get back than it is to go. Hey, that worked out alright. I'm proud. Alright, let's move on up. And... Alright, Dart Man, here we go. Now, there are actually a bunch of dart dudes here. You can see they're coming from two different places over there. So, we're gonna have to be super careful. And because they're over there, we can't actually attack them super easily. We're gonna need to, like, charge over and try not to get hit in the back. I'm skipping things. I'll come back to them. I really just want to get rid of the darts. Oh, there's another one. Hey. Yeah, a lot of darts. Stay here so we can take care of the mosquito, alright. Alright. Now I'm almost certain that the other guy... Oh, well, okay. Why don't I try to Great Chaos Fireball this dude? Hehe. Good. And now where'd the other dart man go? There he is. Is that the same one? Can't tell if that's the same guy. But he can hit us from up here, so let's be careful. Let's keep our shield back out. I mean, I do have the blooming moss clumps, but I don't want to use them if I don't need to. Even though this is basically the last place I'll ever need them. Take care of that. I don't know where he thinks he's running away to. Alright. Let's fireball that guy. No, that didn't work. Yeah. I could shoot him with arrows. Do I want to do that? Eh. Honestly, I'm more worried that I don't want to have to deal with both the dogs and the toxic dude at the same time. So let's do this. Alright. And I believe that is the very last one. I want to say. Pretty sure. Yeah, not feeling the hitbox on the Great Chaos Fireball. Not too fond of that. And dogs can probably get a drop attack on this one, huh? Yeah. Cool. And I think that's all the danger. Anyway, Firekeeper Soul here. Definitely a treacherous one to get, because of all the toxic dudes and all the dogs. Okay, there's still 2 more. Whoa, 3 more. Hello. What? Oh my god, what? Oh, there's so many of them. Where do they come from? Where do they go? And this dog is dead. Excellent. Alright. Totally worth it. Oh, there's still those 2. Huh. Really glad they weren't a problem. I'm just gonna ignore them and hope they go away. Oh, but alas, I don't think I can. Maybe I can. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there's no good way off of here, so I'm gonna have to climb back up that ladder, and basically retrace my steps. Yeah, those dogs, not a fan of those dogs. See, I remember my first time playing through the game, I kept going off on these side paths. I went into this alcove here, I went off over those branches, and I just could not for the life of me find this ladder, because it's kind of camouflaged. And as such, I had a lot of trouble figuring out how to get the heck to get out of Blighttown. And of course, I wasn't nearly as good at the game back then, so it was a tricky situation. And from here on out, it's really pretty straightforward. No tricky footing, just, flat platforms and the occasional insect monster. And hey, you recognize this place? This is where we got the key to New Londo, and there we have some barbarians. Which, I don't think I really want to bother with. Oh, I'll bother with it. Wait, this is a guy who locked me in the wall. He deserves it, at least. Yeah. You particularly get to die. Other 2 I'm chill about. I'm just gonna run past them. Oh. That's fine. Alright, and that is our adventures in Blighttown taken care of. See ya, buds. And that means we can do a couple things, but mostly we can go off to the mid-game. I kind of divide the game into 3 main phases, and I don't think they're equal. I've been referring to the second half of the game quite a bit in my commentary thus far. There's the beginning game, which is the 2 Belts of Awakening. There's the mid-game, which we're about to enter into, and then there's what I call the second half of the game, which is probably about as long as the first 2 parts combined, so it's not really mathematically sound, but hey, what are you gonna do? It's a convenient way to divide things. Anyway, we're up in Firelink now, and we have Firekeeper Soul. So, one thing we can definitely do is stop by Anastasia and drop off that Firekeeper Soul and make our Estus even stronger. It's been a while since... Oh. Oh my. So that's not good. Yeah, thanks, game. So, yeah, we just, I guess, looted Anastasia's corpse. How did she die? mysterious. Let's see if the item descriptions will tell us. So we've got the dingy set. Thought to have once been the white hood of a maiden, but smoke and ashes from bonfires have darkened it over the years. So nice little visual representation of like purity, falling into disarray. Those are all the same. This one, its true origins lost in patches of blood. Perhaps its former wearer was maimed to prevent escape. So, like, you saw she was kneeling. I'm pretty sure they just, like, broke her legs or ankles or something. So that's not great. You can tell she was not really having a great time with her job here. What with the lack of a tongue and the maimed legs. Firekeeping, not really a super illustrious position. Anyway, I'm gonna try to figure out where that black eye orb is. I think it's in here. Yeah, black eye orb. Invade the world of the murderer of a firekeeper to defeat the perpetrator and reclaim the soul of the firekeeper. The black eye keeps constant watch on the city of the gods and Orlando. So that's a place that we're gonna go. Still didn't get definitive proof of who killed her, but someone's missing. I have a suspicion. So because Anastasia is now dead, this bonfire is gone out. We cannot light the bonfire. We cannot heal at it. So if you wanted to use this as a checkpoint, too bad.
Did you ring the second bell? That is incredible, I must say. Now we have a new problem. It's noisy, it snores, and its breath is lethal. This is no laughing matter, I tell you.
So there's the snoring thing that we mentioned.
That's
And we noticed him earlier.
And I was really beginning to like it here. Maybe it's time I do something about it.
Whoa. Taking some initiative at Crestfallen Warrior? Really?
Maybe it's time I do.
So let's see what he's talking about. Yeah, I'm just going to steer clear of that. So, there's that guy. He will exposit about what we're doing next in the game. And I'm a little bit worried because there's a side quest with another NPC, and your ability to do it depends on how much or how little you've talked to this guy. And I'm not sure if you're allowed to talk to this guy right now if you want to do the side quest. So, I'm just gonna I'll summarize what he has to say once I've done the pyromancy stuff.
What spectacular pyromancy?
Which one?
Tell me about it. I have never seen anything like it.
So he's referring to the Great Chaos Fireball, Chaos Pyromancy, which is a thing that he's not really encountered before. It's, kind of a level beyond regular pyromancy. The thing is, if you tell him about it, things will not end well for him. Spoilers. So, and I'm paralyzed with indecision about both of these NPCs. Oh, let's show off his storyline.
Why, yes, of course. Thank you for sharing. I'm still an able pyromancer. I shall locate him myself. Owning your debt once again.
Alright. Let's ascend our pyromancy a couple times. And so this will boost the power of, I believe, Great Chaos Fireball and other offensive moves. Not so much power within or poison. Could also grab these if we wanted to, but... Alright, so Flash Sweat, Ooh, there's some backstory. Salaman, the Master Pyromancer. Carmina, an accomplished pupil. This reduces fire damage. We've just dealt with a bunch of fire stuff. It may be useful eventually, but not in the near future. And Iron Flesh basically makes you super heavy, but super durable. So you can just walk straight up to things and hit them a bunch. It's not great if your enemy is super maneuverable, but it has its uses. Then this, you spit fire, and this is a fire orb, so, yeah. Let's see, do I have any consumable souls? Because I could up my Pyromancy Flame one more.
I'm still in your
That'll do. Alright.
Goodbye then. Come back if you find anything new.
Actually, have I just straight up talked to you? I want to know what you have to say.
My teacher, whom I imagine still resides in the Great Swamp, had a funny way of putting it. He said that pyromancy is the ultimate fantasy. We are born into dark and warmed by fire, but this fire we cannot touch. Those whose fascination with fire persists learn to hold it in their own hand. He rather had a way with words, the old withering frog. In this land, pyromancers earn a certain respect. The Witch of Izalith, one of the legendary lords, is the godmother of pyromancy. So the day I became undead, I was ecstatic. I felt as if I'd been chosen to attune myself to the ancient arts. Of course, it wasn't all that romantic in the end.
So yeah, we heard a lot about the Witch of Izalith back when we were talking about Blighttown.
A pyromancer's flame is a part of his own body. The flame develops right along with his skill. When I gave you that flame, I gave you a part of myself. Please take good care of it.
Sure.
Goodbye then.
So yeah, we have introduced him to Chaos Pyromancy, and now I think he's going to go and try to find... Petrus, have your friends not arrived? He's going to go and try to find the origin of Chaos Pyromancy.
Oh, you again? Me? I've become...
Oh, I missed your lady.
I've scoured near and far, but no sight of her. Where could she have gone? My lady, to think I swore to protect you with my life.
Good job, Petrus.
Your Highness, where have you gone? I am entirely to blame for this. Oh, woe is me. I am unworthy, deathly so.
So yeah, his comrades did arrive, and they went on to the pilgrimage to find the Rite of Kindling. And now Petrus is back here. We didn't see all those events transpire. If you do check in with them periodically, you can. But Petrus is not with his lady right now. Oh, right. That reminds me. Time to equip the, where is it? The Bone Wheel Shield. Which now I can wield with one hand. And it is objectively worse than the Crest Shield, other than in terms of stability. Oh man, it's also really heavy. I forgot about that. That's gonna be a bit of a butt. Definitely gonna have to increase endurance coming up. Yeah. I really like the look of the Bone Wheel Shield, but in practicality, it's not doing a whole lot for me. Look at that very limited range with its attack, so definitely needs to be used wisely. Let's see. Is there anything really weighing me down other than the shield? Alright, I've gotten to mid-roll with that. So, that'll do for now until I up my endurance a little bit.